What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today's reaction video is going to be a brand new channel which I've never heard of before, but it seems quite awesome because it's got about 3 million subscribers, so I'm assuming this content is fantastic. Casually Explained America, so I'm assuming again that it casually explains America. I may be wrong, but I think it's self-explanatory, to be honest with you. Hit that subscribe button if you're new around here. I would really appreciate it. Hit that like button as well. Absolute legends. I just want to firstly apologise for only having one video out yesterday and today. I've been extremely busy recently. As most of you guys know, I work 8 while half 5, and work has run over a little bit some days, and I've just been so busy. So I will be going back to 2 videos very, very shortly, guys. I promise you that. So if you enjoy the sport reactions or the general reactions, you will get at least one of them a day, and it will be going back to one of each every single day, guys. Now, let's get straight into this one. Casually Explained America, 5-minute video, quite a short one, but I'm expecting big things from this. It seems like a good channel. It was released about 6 days ago, and yeah, let's get straight into it, guys.
Sponsored by ExpressVPN. Now, America is known as the land of the free and home of the brave, and while land remains very expensive and most millennials and Gen Z are too anxious to answer phone calls, they still know...
Is that a thing? I mean, I'm technically Gen Z. 99 I was born in, technically Gen Z. I'm not afraid. I don't get that reference. Let me know in the comments if you get that reference. And we should have really seen a bigger house. We all know, at least compared to Britain, the houses are huge. We're tiny houses in Britain compared to you guys. $1.2 million, though. That's expensive. But I get the reference to that, land of the free, and nah, I enjoy that. This has started off strong.
Nevertheless, a pretty good slogan. One thing that's rarely considered by Americans, however, is that there are other countries in the world besides America.
Okay.
For example, the other day I saw a nice picture on Reddit where someone was like, "Everyone loved my homegrown tomato salad at our wedding reception." And one comment was like, "You shouldn't be having a wedding reception with dozens of people right now. That is completely irresponsible."
I don't know where this is going.
Upvotes. Then a couple hours later, the person responded saying, "I live in New Zealand, but I thought you might have liked to see my tomatoes.
Oh, wow.
I'm sorry." And in a time like this, that really made me think, damn, I wish I was married.
Well, I'm definitely not thinking that one. I think the girlfriend wish I was thinking that one right now. But I am definitely thinking, damn, I wish I was in New Zealand or Australia. I know Australia is the exact same. It is mental that these guys can just go around, do whatever they want, give people cuddles in the street, whatever they want to do, without having to worry about this stupid thing called COVID. Oh, it's an absolute nightmare, isn't it? Envious of New Zealand, but I kind of get the point. But I feel like that's the same with every country, is it not? You're in your own bubble of your country, you're getting on with life, you see a post, it's not directed about the country. Sometimes there's Karens online, but there's Karens everywhere, and they'll just get on Keyboard Warrior without even doing a little bit of research or finding out a little bit Keyboard Warrior, this is that, this is that, this is that, and then they get absolutely mugged off in the end. It is what it is. I'm not one of them people. I'd have gone, they want to break the rules, they have. I can't solve that or anything like that. And if they're in a country where it's not breaking rules, then fair play, you're living life up. It's one of them for me.
And while we're all still envious of New Zealand right now, a lot of people particularly criticize America's response to COVID-19 because 500,000 people have died from a half-assed pandemic response. But in my opinion, the number would be much higher than 550,000 if they had not locked down at all. And frankly, given the size of the country, it's remarkable that only 583,000 people have died so far. Now, while many consider America to be the greatest country on Earth, this is mostly only true in terms of nuclear submarines. Nevertheless, America is known for its political democracy. Political democracy, of course, being the belief that if Cyberpunk barely functions on PlayStation, surely it would have worked great on Xbox. It's for this reason, one of the most exciting things to absolutely not be a part of is the American political climate. For example, sometimes I go on Twitter to make sure no one has escaped into the real world, and it's always an eye-opening experience, because there are really only 2 types of people on Twitter. On one side, there are the ones that think Trump is the Lord and Savior of God's flat earth, and on the other side are the people who think that denouncing a bottle of syrup relinquishes them from their original white sin.
And you can't win. It's cancel culture, absolutely awful. I'm not going to get into the Trump thing because at the end of the day, it's politics. I don't want to get into it. I think he's off Twitter now, though, isn't he? Let me know in the comments, but I think he is banned indefinitely. I may have seen that. Again, not too up to date on that. Let me know in the comments.
Some academics have suggested this kind of division could lead to a civil war, but in my opinion, as someone who grew up with Xbox Live and a microphone, it's sounding a lot more like a Halo 3 lobby than Fort Sumter 1861.
He's not wrong.
If there is some type of conflict, it's already a no-brainer who would win. One side collects military-grade firearms as a hobby, and the other side thinks mental illnesses are poke badges. Second of all, if you get a kid from California to march to the deep...
By the way, I'm not taking make out mental illnesses there. It's a real thing, but I get what he's saying. I get what he's saying.
South, when he sees 3 bedrooms in a yard for $100K, you can be pretty sure he'll be welding trailers, driving a lifted F-150, and banging Joe Exotic real quick. It seems to me if you chop off the 2 political extremes, basically everyone just wants a good life. But the lives of city-dwelling and rural Americans are so different, of course they're never going to understand each other's perspectives.
Yep.
It's the same story back during the actual Civil War. Even though they were fighting, both the North and the South were ultimately saying the same thing. Black people should be free. Now, one of the craziest things about America...
I don't know how true that one is. Didn't the South want to keep the slaves? Again, I don't want to be ignorant. I don't want to be incorrect. I feel like there's a joke that has gone straight over my head. And again, me being British, there may be so many jokes which are all going straight over my head. So I do apologise in that. But I know you legends are going to correct me anyway. But I thought the South wanted slavery. The North didn't with Abraham Lincoln. That's the way I interpret it. I feel like it's a joke what's gone over my head.
Is that your drinking age is 21,
Mental.
as opposed to Canada where it's 18 or 19.
Yeah.
Or Europe when it's whenever you have the balls. Or Latin America where laws are just things the police make up when they see a tourist.
Yo.
Now, a lot of people think it's ridiculous that you have to be 21 to buy alcohol. But personally, I think it makes a lot of sense. If my neighbor was some 18-year-old kid, and I saw him in the yard dual-wielding akimbo P90s and obliterating a paper cutout of his ex-girlfriend taped to a sandbag, I'd think to myself, well, good thing he isn't drunk.
Very true.
So, as a Canadian, in my opinion, one of the best things about America is that most people are unusually friendly. Like here in Canada, we mind our own business at all times, unless we minorly inconvenience someone, in which case we apologize profusely for ruining their lives. But in the States, if you stand next to someone for literally any reason, that is permission for them to tell you all about their uninteresting life.
Yeah, that's shots fired to whoever he's talking to. But I always thought it was the opposite. I mean, the stereotype of Canada, which he kind of touched on a little bit, is they're so apologetic, really friendly, upbeat, and always happy. I believe that is the stereotype. I may have got it wrong again. Just watching TV and stuff like that. And then when we watch like Walter's World, that don't get up in an American's grill, you don't want to just randomly go up. I'm not saying go up and hug a stranger, but a lot of it seems like you don't just talk to someone. Obviously, you do sometimes, but a lot of it seems to be that way. You just don't start talking. You don't just go up and greet someone. And I would have assumed Canada was more of just a chatty constantly and America wasn't. But let me know in the comments again. You guys are the ones who potentially live in Canada, potentially live in America, and have experienced these more. This is a Canadian's opinion, as he just said. He's throwing some shots in there, which, again, I'm all for the banter. Quite funny. But when he's a Canadian, some of you guys got to get the shots back in the comments, guys. I didn't make this video, so don't aim them at me, but aim them back at the video, and I will reply in the comments, guys.
So one of my most American experiences was when I went to Disney World, and I was waiting in a fairly long line for a churro, and there must have been at least 3 or 4 mobility scooters in front of me with some rather hefty individuals riding them around. And while that makes sense because it's Florida, the part that got me was when another 300-pound dude in a scooter just cut in front of me and was like, a lot of traffic today. And I was just thinking,
just go in front of you.
Sir, this is a churro line. And then as I was still processing what was happening, a lady about the same size wheels up behind him with a cone full of churros sticking out of her purse. She lightly rear ends his scooter like a bumper car. And he's like, oh, hey, honey. As he takes a churro and says to me, well, you have a good night. Tips his Miami Dolphins hat.
I rate it.
And rolls away hand in hand with his wife to watch the fireworks over the Disney castle and truly live the American dream.
I mean, I don't really, I'm not going to comment on the hefty stuff in the mobility scooters, because you never know. Potentially people have illness and stuff like that. Again, I kind of get the joke he's going for then. I'm not going to go down that route. But again, that guy seemed very polite. Very Canadian, you'd say. I'm not saying Americans aren't polite. I believe they are. But the Canadian stereotype. And what else? What more do you want? Someone's come up to you? Have a good day, mate. See you later. What else do you want?
So anyway, that's my argument against universal health care. Now, let's say you want to get out of America, but you can't because there's a wall. Instead, you can use ExpressVPN to reroute your connection to...
That is the end of the video. Maybe a little bit of a controversial one. Let me know in the comments, guys. Again, I take it all as banter. You guys know me. I apologise for my ignorance. I do not want to upset anyone. There's definitely some funny moments in this video. I enjoyed it. A Canadian's point of view, I'm guessing, on America. Casually explained. Very casual indeed. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Let me know if you want me to do more of these in the comments, guys. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button as well. And I will see you in the next one. Peace.